Hi, this is Terence Tam here from Radical Marketing. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a very important concept that could change the way you do business forever. Now, I came across this book recently called The Perennial Seller by a guy named Ryan Holiday. Now, Ryan Holiday is a famous author, and I suggest you pick up the book if you haven't yet, because what it is about is that in this fast world of business, people are often saying it is absolutely critical to get speed. The speed of business is critically important, and that people launch new products quickly and get to the market fast because they want to secure some kind of advantage in the market. And that's totally fine. But the issue there is that, as Ryan Holiday outlines, is that people who really want a product that sells itself, a product that people talk about, that sells itself after a while without actually doing much marketing at all, that comes from creating a perennial seller. And that's about investing time and the effort to make your product a wonderful product that people will talk about. Now, if you're doing seminars, webinars, selling information products, which is a lot of my customers that I serve, if you're not getting people talk about your product, if you're not getting people spread your product by word of mouth, that is an issue. You need to start looking at what is wrong with your product and how you can improve it so that people actually start talking and bragging about your products, not just being an okay product or a so-so product, but you want people to start talking about your product out there so that you can actually grow your business through word of mouth eventually, right? Initially, of course, you need to start pushing it with advertising, but eventually the product should be so good that it starts selling itself. Now, I would also suggest that feedback is absolutely critical in the scheme of things. That feedback from your customers is absolutely critical. Now, recently, I was dealing with a company that was doing software that sold some marketing software. Now, I was using the software, but after a while I realized, hey, this software, despite the fact that it promises that I can have all these sub-accounts, it has other limitations, which means all those sub-accounts are completely useless. So, and they call it an agency product, right? So I basically wrote in and said, hey, look, maybe you guys should, actually revise your product because you're marketing it as an agency product, but it really doesn't cater for the needs of agency owners like myself. So I put that feedback in, basically just to give feedback, right, as a concerned customer. So instead of getting a thank you, I was ignored at first. Then another opportunity came up and I sort of mentioned it. And instead of acknowledging and thanking me, basically the creator of the product basically put me down and said, look, it's your problem that you don't actually think outside the box, and, basically told me to buzz off, right? And I was quite shocked and taken aback at that kind of response, considering, I guess business must be doing really well for them to not to just to totally ignore what we were trying to tell them. So that's totally fine. But then in another scenario, I was so pleased that my web host, which is Lightning based, right? And I've been hosting my website with them for quite a while. And these guys, I had an issue with another software issue, right? And I went back to them, and they really went the extra 100 miles just to help me solve that problem, even despite the fact that I felt it wasn't their problem, and it eventually wasn't their problem actually, but they actually spend hours and hours trying to find a solution just so that I can happily, have a solution for that issue. And I was so impressed. I mean, I don't pay them a lot of money. It's like $10 a month or whatever, but they really went out of the way to help me resolve this problem. So I'm really appreciative to the guys at Lightning Base. And if you want a very good web host, I would suggest using them. So anyway, coming back to it, yeah, customer feedback is absolutely critical. You need to make sure you're getting word of mouth from your customers. If not, then you need to see what's going on. And finally, always improve. Do not stand and wait there, right? You may think you have a great product, but there's always competition catching up. So you need to constantly refine and improve your product as well, okay? Don't rest on your laurels. So I hope you gained something from this video. Please write your comments and thoughts, and love to hear from you. Thank you very much.